Shead gets a running start. Butler saved the day! Butler with a block! Oh, they got a foul.
Hello, everybody. The Warriors pull out another cliffhanger victory. Despite losing Steph late in the third quarter, they got just enough stops down the stretch to pull it out. Steve Kerr calls the play rub. Draymond reminds Jimmy what the play is. He repositions JK. And JP wants confirmation from Draymond about what he's supposed to do. Brandin Podziemski comes to set this back screen on Jimmy Butler so he can cut to the basket. Jamal Shead yells out to his teammates to warn them about the back screen. Shead switches over to Butler. Podziemski clears to the corner to force Agbaji to follow him. The Warriors want to try to exploit this mismatch. Draymond instantly touch passes it to Jimmy, but as this is happening, notice that Poeltl is ignoring JK on the perimeter, and he rotates to help on this and gets a nice block. Shead and Poeltl setting this stagger screen for Quickley. Draymond is in position to help on this, so Quickley goes the other way. Moody does a good job, and he can play him really close because Draymond is rotating behind as well. Quickley tries going the other way. Poeltl with the brush screen. This shows a lot of trust from Draymond to not switch to the drive. Instead, he steps back to give Moody space to stay with the driver, and Moody rewards the faith with an astounding block.
He's continued to get better and better, and he's really incredible on the ball as an on-ball defender.
Draymond counterattacks fast, and now we experience more adventures in bad spacing. Jimmy Butler hustles, and Shead has to pick him up. Draymond immediately goes to this mismatch. Scottie Barnes freely helps off of Kuminga to double-team Jimmy. Now that the cavalry has arrived, Shead looks around to scram switch himself out of there, and he goes all the way back to recover to Jonathan Kuminga. So now Draymond's defender rotates onto Jimmy Butler. He's happy to leave Draymond free on the wing. Now the Raptors are in full Shining Twins mode. Jimmy, play with us forever and ever and ever. This reminds me that Dan Devine wanted to give Jimmy Butler the nickname The Exorcist because he takes care of all your possessions. I don't know about that one, Dan. Anyway, Draymond tries to punish by cutting down the paint, and that does get Agbaji to peel off of Butler, but now Poeltl is happily hanging out in the paint waiting to rotate to Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy backs out. Now we've got a reset. The team has gone 5 out. Jimmy can now read where the help is coming from. Poeltl is helping off of Draymond in the corner. Jimmy gets into the middle. Moody is a helpful signpost saying Draymond's open, and Jimmy throws the ball to the open man. And Draymond did shoot pretty well tonight, but he misses this one.
Moody got him! Moody answers with a defensive gem. Now Butler's got it one more time. Scottie Barnes is in his way. Butler to back it out. Cleared aside for Jimmy here. Shot clock at 7. Draymond, corner 3. Rimmed it out.
Well, I saw Agbaji take off, and I saw Shead look, and he thought it was open. So I didn't slow down, but I didn't want to give myself up and let him know that I was getting back. So as soon as he threw it, I sprinted a little bit faster and was able to get the steal.
Jimmy Butler with the instant pass down court. JK does a subtle slowing down to serve as a butt screen on Poeltl, which slows him down just enough to make him foul Moody on the contest. So instead of a 1-point lead, the Warriors are going to have a 5-point lead, and that pretty much decided the ballgame. Draymond switches unpredictably, which makes him a great defender, but also requires a lot of adjustment by his own defenders. Scottie Barnes gets this pin down, and Draymond fights through the screen. Now it's going to be a dribble handoff, and Draymond freely helps out to keep Quickley from turning the corner. That lets Brandin catch up. Then Draymond plays goalie. Moody has to adjust by switching on to Scottie Barnes and also being aware of Shead. Once Quickley goes up and passes out to Scottie Barnes, Draymond switches to Scottie Barnes, which means Butler has to switch to Poeltl, and Moody has to switch onto Shead. Draymond does the Shane Battier hand in your eyeballs defense. Meantime, Jimmy Butler is fighting for his life down here to box out the bigger Poeltl, and that gives Jonathan Kuminga room to sky for this ball uncontested. Butler is being guarded by Poeltl, so he wants to attack him, but there's help from 2 defenders coming in. Jimmy wants to eliminate all the help defenders. Today, I settle all family business. First, he signals to Brandin to clear out and take this help defender away. What about this help defender? Jimmy waves Kuminga to clear out as well. It does get the defender to move back, maybe 2 feet, but it's still impossible for Butler to drive to the left. Scottie Barnes is just sitting here not guarding Draymond, ready to receive Jimmy Butler when he gets into the paint. The help defenders are on the other side of the paint. He drives by Poeltl to the right. Scottie Barnes rotates freely off of Draymond. Jimmy Butler has to try to quick scoop before Barnes can jump to block it, and it misses. Podziemski knows the time and score. They cannot let Toronto get a 3 off. So Pod plays pretty high up, which means Shead can go right by him. Jimmy Butler has a delicate decision to make. If he goes as fast as he can to contest this, that'll leave Poeltl open for pocket pass or a wraparound pass. So he has to wait till the last possible second, and he times this beautifully. And he recovers the ball. Let's wrap up with a short celebration audit. We'll use our advanced liberating technology. Jimmy Butler points to Draymond and says, I got you. I can brew it too. I got Uba. Of course, Jimmy is reminding Dre about Big Face Coffee, his gourmet coffee venture. Yes, Jimmy is a master of blocks on court, but he is unblocking supply chains off court. Sure, celebrate, but remember, always be closing the deal. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you didn't enjoy this video, I promise I'll do better next time.
What are you telling Draymond after that block? Like,
Oh, that I can do that too. Yeah. I told Dre, like, you're not the only one.
Talk with Jimmy. Well, that fake ass triple double he had today. That fake ass triple double.
You don't pass the ball enough to get a triple double, so I'm not even worried about you.
That fake ass triple double. What you talking about? Good job, Jimmy.
Nah. I like I always said, I respect Draymond so much. I definitely respect him because he took 14 threes tonight. I love that. But he'll do anything to make sure that this squad gets it done. Whatever you ask him to do, he's willing to do it. So I'm glad I can follow suit in that sometimes. Just having someone that thinks the game like I do, and then obviously having the ability that Jimmy does, it's incredible. Him coming up with the block at the end of the game. He pointed straight to me. He said, I got you. I can do it too. You know, so just having another guy like that to where you don't feel like you need to have to cover up everything, it's amazing. Lucky to have Jimmy here. He's helped take my game to another level, and I'm excited about it.
Jimmy was shooting free throws in the third quarter. You're pumping up the crowd. The crowd responds. It roars. What does that feel like for you?
Awesome. I mean, Steph had just gone down, our leader, the heart and soul of this organization. And, it kind of felt like we were in the mud and we were wrestling with these guys. And at that point, we just needed some type of juice. And, at that point, I just kind of asked the crowd, step in for us, help us a little bit. And we have the best fans in the world. And they responded. And then after that, we took care of the rest and win it in the fourth quarter.